It was a fluke play. Chris Jones throws shade at Trevor Lawrence over Jaguars' final TD after Chiefs' stunning loss. The Kansas City Chiefs entered Week 5 confident, ready to rebound from a shaky start to the season. But when the final whistle blew, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars celebrating a hard-fought win, capped by a last-minute touchdown that sealed the upset. While the Jaguars fans erupted in joy, Chiefs defensive tackle Chris Jones wasn't buying the hype, especially when it came to Trevor Lawrence's game-winning play. After the 27-23 loss, Jones didn't hold back when asked about the Jaguars' late touchdown. He called it a fluke play, suggesting that the Chiefs' defense had things under control before a bizarre bounce and missed tackle changed everything. His comments immediately made headlines and added extra tension to what's becoming one of the AFC's emerging rivalries. The play that sparked controversy. With just under 2 minutes left in the game, Jacksonville trailed 23-20 and needed a touchdown to pull off the comeback. On 3rd and 8 from the Chiefs' 28-yard line, Trevor Lawrence dropped back under heavy pressure. Kansas City's defensive front, led by Jones, nearly got to him, but Lawrence escaped a would-be sack, rolled right, and fired a dart toward Calvin Ridley in the corner of the end zone. The ball ricocheted off the defender's hand before Ridley made a juggling, toe-tapping catch that stunned the Chiefs secondary. The touchdown stood after review, giving the Jaguars a 27-23 lead they would never relinquish. While many praised the throw and catch as a clutch highlight, Chris Jones saw it differently. Speaking to reporters in the post-game locker room, he was quick to downplay the moment. "It was a fluke play, man," Jones said. "He got lucky. We had him dead to rights. That's not something you can game plan for, it's just one of those weird bounces that went their way." Jones' frustration boils over. Jones' comments reflected the growing frustration inside the Chiefs' locker room. For the second straight week, Kansas City's defense played well for most of the game but couldn't make a stop when it mattered most. Jones, who finished with 2 sacks and several pressures, was visibly irritated during his post-game interview. He emphasized that the defense had been dominant throughout the game, forcing multiple 3-and-outs and limiting the Jaguars' explosive plays until that final drive. "We had them all game," Jones added. "They weren't doing anything crazy. We missed 1 tackle, the ball gets tipped, and next thing you know, it's 6. You clean that up, and we win this game." It's rare to see Jones, a veteran leader and one of the league's top defensive players, so openly frustrated. But the loss was especially bitter for Kansas City, as they fell to 2-3, marking their worst start in the Patrick Mahomes era. Trevor Lawrence responds calmly. When Trevor Lawrence was told about Jones' fluke comments, the Jaguars quarterback took the high road. The 24-year-old QB, who threw for 312 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win, smiled when asked if he thought the play was lucky. "Hey, sometimes football's like that," Lawrence said. "You make plays, the defense makes plays. I'm proud of how our guys finished. It doesn't matter how it looks, it counts all the same." Lawrence credited his receiver Calvin Ridley for making an insane catch under pressure and praised his offensive line for giving him just enough time to extend the play. The Jaguars' locker room also rallied behind their quarterback. Ridley called it one of those plays that shows who we are, we never quit, while head coach Doug Peterson praised Lawrence's poise. "Trevor doesn't panic," Peterson said. "That's what makes him special. The Chiefs have a great defense, but our guys just made a play when it mattered most." The rivalry between the Chiefs and Jaguars is heating up. This is not the first time these two teams have clashed in dramatic fashion. The Jaguars have been trying to establish themselves as one of the AFC's top contenders, and taking down the defending Super Bowl champions only adds to their confidence. Last season, Kansas City eliminated Jacksonville in the divisional round of the playoffs, and the Jaguars entered this season's matchup hungry for revenge. The back-and-forth contest lived up to the hype, with both teams trading big plays and defensive stops throughout. After Jones' remarks, Jaguars fans quickly fired back on social media, mocking the Chiefs star for making excuses. One viral post read, "If it's a fluke, then why does it keep happening every time we play the Chiefs?" Another fan joked, "Chris Jones is mad because Trevor Lawrence didn't fall for his sack dance this time." Chiefs' defensive woes continue. While Jones' comments made headlines, the bigger story may be Kansas City's inability to finish games. The defense has been inconsistent, showing flashes of dominance followed by critical breakdowns. In Week 5, the Chiefs allowed 374 total yards, with most of the damage coming in the fourth quarter. Despite Jones' 2 sacks and constant pressure, Kansas City secondary struggled to contain Ridley and Christian Kirk, who combined for over 180 yards receiving. Head coach Andy Reid addressed the loss with a calm but pointed message. "You can't leave plays out there," Reid said. "We had opportunities to close it out, and we didn't. That's on all of us, players and coaches. Mahomes, who threw for 289 yards and 2 touchdowns in the loss, also echoed that sentiment, saying the team needs to finish stronger and eliminate mental mistakes. Chris Jones' competitive edge. To be fair to Jones, his comments may come more from competitive passion than disrespect. Known for his fiery leadership and emotional play, he's often the heart of Kansas City's defense. However, his fluke play remark will undoubtedly give Jacksonville bulletin board material if the two teams meet again later this season. Jones has been one of the most dominant interior linemen in the league since entering the NFL. A 4-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion, he's earned the right to speak with confidence. But with the Chiefs sitting below .500, some fans feel his comments deflect from the team's real issues, particularly late-game execution. The Jaguars keep climbing. For Jacksonville, the win over Kansas City may be their biggest statement yet. Trevor Lawrence continues to mature as a franchise quarterback, and the Jaguars' defense is playing with renewed confidence. At 4-1, they now sit atop the AFC South and look every bit like a playoff-caliber team. Peterson's squad showed resilience, responding to adversity and finding ways to win close games. The fluke narrative doesn't bother them. In fact, they seem to be embracing it as motivation. "Call it luck, call it whatever you want," Calvin Ridley said after the game. "All I know is we made the play, and they didn't."